Hey, what's going on, everybody? This is Shalina Lev, and I found this article actually the other day, but I forgot all about it, and so it popped up again today, and I'm sure you guys have probably already heard about this, but I just found it kind of not necessarily funny, but crazy, and you'll see why. So, a woman is duct taped to her seat after trying to open plane door mid-flight, airline says. The 190 passengers of American Airlines Flight 1774 boarded the plane last week in an orderly manner and took their seats for an approximately 2-hour ride from Dallas-Fort Worth to Charlotte, North Carolina. Elizabeth LeClaire was sitting in row 2 when she heard a woman sitting behind her say to the man next to her that she did not want the plane to fly up anymore, becoming increasingly unsettled. She just seemed off and very odd, said LeClaire, who was flying back home to Augusta, Georgia, after hiking in Utah. She started getting more and more agitated and very loud, and the man sitting next to her, along with the flight attendants, kindly tried to console her and calm her, but nothing worked, LeClaire added. Suddenly, the woman, who appeared to be in her 30s and had green hair, ran to the door and tried to open it, LeClaire said. Flight attendants ran and tackled the woman, then restrained her wrists and feet with duct tape and what appeared to be zip ties, LeClaire added. So that you can see her right there. I'll play the video in a moment. It was the look of pure shock of someone who has been a flight attendant for many years and is thinking, I can't believe this is happening, she said. After being partially restrained in a crew area, LeClaire said the woman seemed to become more erratic and violent by the minute, kicking and screaming expletives, causing a ruckus. That is when the flight attendants asked passengers in the rows ahead of and behind the woman to stand up so employees could subdue her and duct taped her to the seat. American Airlines confirmed the incident in a statement sent to the Washington Post on Sunday, saying that as the commotion developed, the crew reported a potential security concern after the woman tried to open a boarding door and physically assaulted and bit a flight attendant. The individual was restrained until the flight landed at CLT, Charlotte, and could be met by law enforcement and emergency personnel, the statement said. We applaud our crew for their professionalism and quick effort to protect those on board. The pilot told passengers to stay in their seats and said there was a problem in the plane, but did not offer further details, leaving other passengers in the back of the plane confused and unaware of what was happening. A spokesperson for the American Airlines did not respond to further questions about the episode, including whether the company's policy allows the use of duct tape to restrain passengers who endanger others. But the spokesperson said the woman will be barred from its flights pending further investigation. The Federal Aviation Administration has reported a recent increase in the number of reports of unruly behavior on flights. In May, the agency said it was reviewing 1,300 reports of passengers behaving badly on flights since February, after initiating 1,300 such cases in the decade prior. In May, a 28-year-old woman on a Southwest airline flight was accused of attacking a flight attendant after she ignored instructions as the plane landed in San Diego. She was arrested after allegedly giving the crew members serious bodily injuries, including the loss of 2 teeth. Damn. This unprecedented number of incidents has reached an intolerable level, with passenger noncompliance events also becoming more aggressive in nature, said Lynn Montgomery, president of Transport Workers Union Local 556, in a letter to Southwest Airlines CEO. The plane from last week's incident landed about 3:20 a.m. on Wednesday at Charlotte Douglas International Airport, where police and emergency personnel boarded the aircraft to provide treatment and transported the customer to a local hospital for evaluation, American Airlines said. A video posted on TikTok showed the woman wearing a purple shirt strapped to her seat with silver duct tape over her mouth and around her arms and chest, screaming what sounds like you, as passengers exited the airplane past her and flight attendants calmly saw people off. Even after being fully restrained, the woman continued to yell obscenities throughout the flight, LeClaire said. All we wanted was for the flight to land, which felt like an eternity, LeClaire said, praising the flight crew for its quick response and for keeping the passengers safe in a volatile situation. Okay, so my only problem with this is this duct tape situation, okay? Now, I can see maybe duct taping her to her chair, which we saw here. I'm getting ready to play this video. Let me just play the video. Hold on. Hopefully there's no commercials. If there is, I apologize. Hold on. Do, 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 do. What's it doing? Okay, so I'm not going to sit here and wait for videos. My phone is tripping out. But regardless, so she was strapped to her seat, okay? Let's see if this one plays. Okay, and we are almost there. Here we go. Let's see. Come on now. Let's go, let's go, let's go. Got to love technology, huh? This is awesome. Let's see if it'll play. Here we go.
It's life back in the sky.
If we don't stand up, it's only going to get worse.
Unruly passengers. Bizarre incidents. All taking place inside planes. As America opens up and millions start flying again, some on board are acting up.
Don't you dare touch a flight attendant like this.
This flight attendant punched, losing some teeth after this encounter with a passenger. Fueling much of the anger and complaints, the mask rule. They're still mandatory here because of tight spaces and uncertainty over who's been vaccinated for coronavirus.
We are seeing unruly passenger events at a rate of 60 times the normal number of events in a year.
Yeah, we need to get his legs pushed into the back.
A man trying to get into the cockpit, pinned down by passengers. The plane diverted to Albuquerque.
Down, man! Stay down!
A week later, an off-duty flight attendant on leave from the job, getting on the public address system, fighting with the crew, and getting wrestled down. It all may be a sign of these anxious times.
That things that the general public is unraveling, if you will. You know, that it's a 2-hour flight. I mean, it's not that deep. You can make it. We can all make it. We all need to respect each other. We all need to treat each other with respect.
Ladies and gentlemen, good morning. This is your captain. Welcome to the jet age.
In those early days, airlines were all about calm, about comfort, so people would give the jet age a try. Nowadays, planes have become buses of the sky, crowded tubes, and that was before a pandemic arrived.
Even people who tend to fly with just a little bit of nervousness and a little bit of tension, if they haven't flown for a year, they have maybe it's up a click or two or up a click or three.
Martin Seif is a psychologist specializing in anxiety and the fear of flying. He says air travel is already stressful. The virus is making it worse.
Am I vaccinated? Are other people vaccinated? Am I wearing a mask? What about people who don't wear masks? What does that mean? People who, is it a political situation? Is it, I mean, when you put all these things together, you basically add stress.
Coming out of the pandemic, domestic air travel is bounding back. In June, the TSA screened 2 million passengers a day, numbers not seen in well over a year. For those passengers behaving badly, causing disruptions, the penalties could be fines, jail time, even a lifetime ban from an airline. The FAA has logged some 3,000 reports of unruly passengers since the start of 2021.
I didn't see anybody
Numbers,
else.
it says, it's never seen before.
And we are actually hearing anecdotally from flight attendants that there's even more aggression going on that's not necessarily getting reported.
American and Southwest are so concerned about behavior, they've put off plans to sell alcohol again, something stopped during the pandemic as all carriers cut in-flight service. For flight attendants on the front lines, stepping into a cabin these days could mean entering a hostile workplace.
Is today going to be their day? Is today going to be the day that someone's going to hit them? Someone's going to attack them?
There are federal air marshals, undercover and armed, for serious situations, but they're only on a small percentage of flights. So it's falling to crew and passengers to keep the peace.
I will tell you that if this continues in the fashion that it is, we have to decide whether or not it's important to say that our members stay at home.
Imagine that. That's so crazy. Ooh-wee. Anyways, I just wanted to show you that video because you see everything that's going on. They obviously did not show that lady. I was trying to get that video to play, but I don't think it's going to. But regardless of the fact, you can look it up. She was strapped down with duct tape around her mouth and her body. Now, I can agree with the body part, but can you imagine ripping that duct tape off of somebody's mouth after they've been sitting there for 2 hours? That would have had to hurt. Probably took some skin off, something. What if she was allergic to the tape? You know what I'm saying? Granted, she was being unruly and loud, but they could have put maybe a face mask over her, those things that drop down from above. I don't agree with the duct tape. They acted in a fast manner. I get it. But I don't agree with that duct tape around the mouth at all. The body, I could deal with it. The mouth, no. I don't agree with that. Anyhow, what are your guys' thoughts on this? Do you think that these people, excuse me, these people are being more and more unruly because of the pandemic? Or do you think that there's something going on with that vaccine? With all the violence that's been going on in the world. I'm so sorry, my voice is hoarse. I've been talking today. Do you think there's more to it? Do you think it has something to do with this vaccine that people are getting, that they're becoming unruly? Because it seems kind of odd to me, the coincidences of all this going on, more and more and more, and there's all these people getting vaccinated. I don't know. I think they're losing their minds for sure. But I'd like to see what you guys think. So hit me up in the comments and let me know. I'll talk to you guys later. Peace.